Hello everyone and welcome to a new edition of the Young Team. You join us for the first match of the series that we're going to be playing in Europe, in a competitive European game, in an actual group stage, not the qualifiers we've had, none of the kind of teams. We have finally a Europa League group game. Who have we drawn? We've drawn, as you can see, Karabakh from Azerbaijan. We've got, in fact, are they even from Azerbaijan? They might be from Kazakhstan. One of the two. I'm actually going to go with Kazakhstan. Anyway, Karabakh, we've got them. Let's just double check on that one. He's actually from Azerbaijan. I was right the first time. So Karabakh is one of the teams we've got. So interestingly, you can see a few names. So just quickly click back. We're playing up against the likes of Etienne Capoue, Gabriel Torge. If you're an old school FM guy, you remember him from way back in the day. He was a wonder kid. Mattia Destro, another former wonder kid. And an interesting name as well in Daryl Janmat. So some interesting people there who normally say are going for the money, but let's be honest, £4 a week, 17 grand a week, 13 grand a week, they'd be on far bigger contracts elsewhere. So Carabags we've got today, also in the group Braga, and the massive one, the really tricky one, a team, obviously we're known for farming out youngsters, so obviously we've just got a daddy team called Ajax, that don't have a history in that at all. Yep, so yeah, pretty tricky group, but with the likes of us, Hibs and Rangers all in the group stages, you'd like to hope that, and alongside Celtic, who are hopefully still in the Champions League, let's just double check, we can hopefully make a real effort at trying to boost the coefficient. Yep, Champions League, Inter, Barca, Man United. Alright, maybe they don't have a chance of progressing or helping the coefficient, but hey, yeah, at least we've got a couple of teams that are actually competing in Europe. So Karabakh today, we'll play that game. What we've got to do in this course of video is obviously play that, we'll go through the transfer window and look ahead at the two matches that I played since that fateful game that has allowed us to get into this particular position. You can see there Celtic next in the Betfred Cup, so that should be an early elimination. We actually suffered our first competitive defeat of the season away to Rangers, which was unlucky, but it's not a place I expect to go and win. I expect us now to compete. But an early goal from Paddy Bamford, Bernard Barisic with a free kick, Eamon Brophy put one back, before Bamford gave the home side all 3 points, and we mustered our first win of the season in the last one. Inverted wingbacks being OP, as Mitch Clark gave us the only goal in a 1-0 win, which sees us down lowly in 8th position. It sounds bad, but when you look at the table, one win could put you as high as 3rd. Basically, we want to be trying to qualify for Europe again. That's the aim of the season, qualify for the Europa League. Somehow, if we look at the Champions League, great, but qualify for the Europa League, continue to get as much revenue into the club as possible, which then allows you to work on the infrastructure, your youth facilities, youth recruitment, and of course get the reputation up. Bigger players want to come to the club, and they can take it from there. So we just quickly as well go to the rules. You can see, same again, top 2 will make the Champions League, champions in the group stage, 2nd place in the best place playoff. 3rd place will be in the group stage, pending the winner of the Scottish Cup, and then of course 2 other qualifying rounds. So effectively top 4 plus the cup winners, but we hope it'll be top 5, maybe if Celtic win the cup or something like that. So that's got to be the aim for the season. And yeah, let's have a look at the recruitment around the league. So we'll just quickly go to us and rush all the way around to Aberdeen, do it in alphabetical order. So we'll not go through all of them, we'll just go through some recognisable names. I can see there straight away, Yaya Sanogo has made it to the league as well. Other names that really stand out there. Pele, let's have a look at him. It's not Pele. And they've also got a Pablo Moreno. He's a tidy wee player on loan for Juventus. Players they've lost, they've sold Barry Coffey, they've sold Lewis Watson, and they have loaned out Jamie Barjonas. It seems to be hit and miss. Sometimes they can be really good, sometimes pretty poor. Here, it's mostly lesser names that have come in. That is Craig Sabal they've brought in. Is that the Reece James, formerly of Man United? Yep, so he's now rocking up at Ayr. And John Taylor, I believe that's the former Rotherham winger. Yep, he's popped up after not really featuring at Aberdeen. Just a couple of players out there. as well. Of course, a loanee from us. Celtic, well, they've brought in Milan Hero. Gutty, he's went to Celtic. How could you do it? But Tommy Doyle, he's at Celtic. Some big signings as well. Ibu Sissoko's in from Strasbourg. Pretty decent there. Jorian Timber is in as well. Young Dutch right back, can play centre back and can play as a DM. And yeah, just a matter of a free transfer for Alassane Pli, who should piss this league. And Thomas Soucek, I've had him before. I can't mind what team I had because I was doing all the win the titles and I'd brought him in as a DM, but yeah, I've had him, I've used him in this game, pretty decent. Outs for Celtic, well, they have made their money back, and that is with big sales of Dominic Kor, Lucas Klinter to Stuttgart, and Tom Rogic, who's went to the Young Boys of Bern. Also losing Mikel San Jose, who goes to Getafe. Dundee have brought in the likes of Elliot Lee, Jordan Obita is in as well, it's a pretty good signing there. Simon Moore. In terms of outs, it is just a couple of loans, including Nathan Ralph going to Ross County, but you also can't really ignore the fact they've spent £1 million on this guy, Elias Mar Omarsson. Very rare you'll see Dundee spend that money, but there you go. New to the league is Dundee United, and they have made a lot of recruitment as they try to stay in the division. A couple of ones that stick out there, you get Jason Holt on loan, Aidan Nesbitt, Mark McNulty in a free transfer, Jack Henry in a free transfer, as well as James Husband, and the 110 grand acquisition of Leeds attacking midfielder Matthias Bogutz. It's pretty decent. I had him at Leeds. If I wasn't at the Premier League, then I'd have probably played him a lot more than I did, but he was pretty decent. Hearts spent the money, that 1.2 on Barry Coffey. They've also brought in Lewis Watson, Jack Maguire on loan from Rangers. Yeah, quite a lot of signings there from Aberdeen. In terms of outs, well, they just made just the $7.5 million that they made off selling Leonardo da Silva Lopez to LAFC. Not bad, a 1.9 signing. Does alright when they say outstanding. They make the big money off him. So, yeah, good for them. As the former Peterborough guy goes for crazy dollar. Hibernian, just Jason Barnes on a free and Ethan Erhon from St Mirren. Outs, Kevin Ferguson goes to Celtic, and a couple of other players there. Of course, we signed Liam Polworth, and Ollie Shaw goes to Hamilton. Next up is us. We've obviously brought in Dapo Mabude, Liam Polworth, Glenn Middleton, Neil McIntyre, Niklas Frisch from Mainz, Frankie Kent, Josh Giannelli, Jordan Stevens, and a 195k acquisition of Max Broughton to give us someone else at the back. And the likes of Gregors Kubiak, Suleiman Mustafa, Regis Kayembe, and Marco Felgenhuer are all in on loan from Mainz, just to basically bulk up the numbers and allow all the good young prospects that I thought were going to make it now, just let them get on loan, get some senior football, and hopefully they can kick on. So that's why you see the likes of Grant Johnson at St Mirren, Stephen Matlin's at Montrose, Martin Innes is at Kilmarnock, Lee Arthur's at Falkirk, Phil Hillcott's at Livingston, Stephen Dowie at Dundee United, all to give them an opportunity to get as much senior football as they can so they can come into the first team. Because it might have been 5-star potential players when they came up, but not all he's going to make the potential. And of course, as the reputation of the club grows, then that 5-star potential becomes 4 potential, and so on and so forth. Raith Rovers, have they brought in MDB notice there? I don't think it stands out that I know. Let's have a look at this guy, David Wang. Oh, that's the boy that plays for Wolves, actually. I recognise him. I saw him on the pre-season tour they done, the games that were on Sky Sports. And Mirko Gallo is in. Sales, John McCracken to Hearts, and a couple of loanees out. Kel Benitez is out to Montrose. Rangers have brought in Samuel Campo from Mainz. They've also had the permanent signing, as we know, of Paddy Bamford. He's in. I'll say half his goals have been against us. So that's Taylor Harwood Bell's actually the same match as I watched that Wang in. That same tournament. That's where I saw him. He's playing at the back. He wears like number 77 for Man City. So some alright signings there, nobody I'm concerned about. This guy could be pretty decent though. Really intrigued to see what he does. Wicket Puig. We'll see. In terms of outs, Alex Pritchard has went to Pompey. And of course the two at the top there have went to us, Dapo and Middleton. And St Johnstone, they brought in John Marquis. Something interesting to see how he does at 31, up in the top flight of Scottish football. That's their big signing. Everybody has just went out on loan. Of course, there will be released players that don't show up in this, then cool, they're lost. As you can see, Tanzania away there, Erehon away, Declan Gallagher to Livingston, Joe Dodo goes to Hearts of Oak, so he's away to Ghana. And in terms of recruitment, we've got Tariq Lamptey, who I had at Larne. Basically just pace, that's pretty much what I took him at Larne. Sam Cosgrove's in there, that's who they've spent most of their money on. They've also brought in Declan Glass, I believe he's the son of Stephen. Makes sense with the Dundee United connection. Clark Robertson in there as well. And Max Power is in, formerly of Wigan and Sunderland. So that's your roundup of the SPFL. Of course, we've done all that, and we're playing a European game. So let's crack it in there. The team is already picked. 4-4-1-1 in my opinion. They say 4-3-2. Alright, cool. But the team is going to be Pop, Taylor, Porteous, Broughton, Clark, Kayembe, Cadden, Campbell, Turnbull, Middleton and Brophy. Subs are going to be Gubiak, Tate, Flanagan, Hardy, Kent, Ginelli and Mabudi, which means a few people missing out. Frisch, McLear, McDonald, Halkett, Polworth, Dunn and a few people that haven't been registered. Of course we're positive. Why be negative? This is a monumental occasion for Motherwell Football Club in the Europa League, in the group stages, and we've been landed with Michael Oliver as the referee. Fantastic. Why did it have to happen to us? So it'll be interesting to see what we do. Obviously, I just want to try and get a couple of points in the group. But I feel like if we are going to progress, then effectively we need to win home and away against Karabag, and then hope for a miraculous fluke victory at home against either Ajax or Braga. And what a start! Davy Turnbull with the corner kick, and Mitch Clark puts in the back of the net. Second goal of the season. The fans behind the ground are ecstatic because there's none of them. That was a nice surprise, nice shock, nice. Yeah, we got a chance. Because if this club can somehow make it through to the knockout rounds, then again, your reputation boost is massive for a club like Motherwell. And then there's something that's going to break my heart, as Dejan Jovic scores for Braga, which means that he'll be playing against us. And I just fear he's going to rip us apart because he's absolutely outstanding in FM and one of my favourite players to use. So half time, pretty low in highlights, but main thing is 11 shots to 1. We're dominating them, we just need to keep that up. We'll just go with the same mentality as you will. Also an equaliser for Ajax, and that goal was scored by Valon Berisha. So that'll be interesting to see. It's interesting to see how we deal with a team at Ajax. Anyway, here's Broughton to Campbell. Clark's going to drive to Cadden. Clark's continued his run. That's what I like about the inverted wing backs. They're not afraid to go forward and gives you numbers. Cadden, if he can square it, Brophy's there. Cross the face of goal, and it's a tap-in, and it's 2-0. We have went to Azerbaijan, and we, probably about 10 fans, are winning 2-0. So here's Clark, Taylor, great ball in for Cadden. Oh, he should be burying that. It's a great opportunity. And thankfully for the Karabag defence, it was just by the post. We obviously need to watch our players as well, because we need to keep them fresh for upcoming fixtures. But here's Taylor, and Ryan Porteous gets in the act. 3-0. Come on. This is what we're talking about. So we'll make our first change, and it is going to be Glenn Middleton coming off, and he'll be replaced by Josh Ginelli. Let's get him a good half hour of European football, because of course we had an injury time as well. But it seems like their policy of going with older players has certainly not helped them here. They've been given a run around. Destro's already chucked it, he's away off. So we'll make our second change, and it is going to be Brophy off for Dapo Maburi, trying to get him some match fitness. And I think the third sub will be Frankie Kent, because as much as the fullbacks are struggling, I need to try and get him a wee bit of game time. So Porteous will come off, and Frankie Kent, just to get him some match sharpness. And being 3-0 up, I think we can afford to make a change at centre half. But absolutely outstanding, dominated them as Ajax go 2-1 up for Berisha. Here's Campbell for us, Greg Taylor. Oh my word, pick that one out. See if you've got inverted fullbacks that can shoot from distance, they'll get a good long shot, and stuff like that happens. But outstanding. I don't think this could have went any more better than it has. 4-0 away to Karabag, and a wee bit of belief before we go and take on Braga and Ajax, and before it all goes downhill. The main thing is goal difference is in a positive way, and that encourages us to know that we can get the results against Karabag, and we just need to try and fluke one for victory. So obviously I'll try and keep morale as high as possible, within the camp because there is 2 very difficult matches coming up. But even that, if we can beat Karabag twice, that's £1 million for a club like Motherwell. That is massive. Already boosts the coffers up to 6.1. So yeah, it's really looking good if we can keep this up. Yeah, we'll see what happens going down the line. In terms of the fixtures coming up, it's quite tricky. Aberdeen, Celtic, Ayr, Braga. So I think the next video will likely be that home tie against Braga, as we basically enjoy the Europa League. After that, I think it is basically going to be European games we'll show. We'll probably do the Ajax home game, because that could be a bit of a hiding in Amsterdam. But cheers for watching, it's much appreciated. As I say, we're going to try and drop as much of these videos as quickly as we can, because a lot of you guys will want to jump to FM20, and I'll be jumping in to a hopeful retirement, and pray to God that the new features don't drag me along. But cheers for watching, much appreciated, and hopefully see you next time for some more of the Young Team. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.